It's that time of year again. No, not Halloween. It's time to review terrible Undertale knockoff merchandise. Or maybe brilliant Undertale knockoff merchandise, depending on how you look at it. A quick reminder, Toby Fox doesn't mind fans selling merchandise based off Undertale, though he does take issue with being sold on major online websites, such as Redbubble and Zazzle. I do not endorse any of the products I'm about to feature, and would like to point out that many of them use stolen artwork from fans of Undertale. Also, subscribe to Underlab, or don't have a genocide button and kill everyone you love. Now, a lot of you have been telling me that eBay would be a great place to find more knockoff merchandise. Thanks for the tip, or rather, no thanks, because the very first thing I stumbled upon was this. Never mind, forget the episode, I'm out of here. Okay, in the spirit of October, I'll see it through. So, yeah, this is meant to be a costume based off Toriel, clearly. However, it could just as easily be the skinned remains of her corpse. I'm personally not the biggest fan of the appearance of this thing. Maybe if it was just the Deltarune robe without the creepy face mask, it would feel a little less morbid. Ah yes, the Dakamakura, otherwise known as the Japanese body pillow. We had one of these last time, though this one is a little different. That isn't to say it's somehow no longer nightmare fuel. Why is there fluff sticking out of his pants? I know this probably isn't the first thing that should come to mind, but really I'm curious. However, I'm less interested in the Dakamakura itself, if you can believe that, than I am the related images to this product that raise so many questions I don't even know where to begin. Well, it summarises what a Dakamakura is better than I ever could. Also, is that guy wearing a Nazi uniform? This isn't a bad looking piece of merch by any stretch of the imagination. The art is good, and mercifully, even though it would be appropriate, the text isn't in Comic Sans. Now what I take issue with is the message. I know Sans says it on the genocide run, but imagine waking up on an early Monday morning, going to pour a cup of tea and reading this message. It's not going to exactly brighten your day up, is it? This is actually pretty funny. Oh, they did it a second time. Okay, it's not funny anymore. Now, as far as I'm concerned, this is clearly a depiction of Frosk, but the artist, Kitty Cat Plays, insists it's Frisk. Regardless, it's the best artwork of Frosk I've ever seen, and for some reason you can purchase this design on a huge variety of products. I've confirmed that Kitty Cat is the original artist behind this magnum opus, so there'll be a link in the description if you want to view this artwork in all its glory. I appreciate the effort that must have gone into making this. I don't know about you guys though, but something's just a little bit off about the face for me. I feel kind of like my soul is being directly stared into. But hey, maybe that's intentional, with it being Asriel and all. Oh, what the hell am I looking at? What is that? Forget the first... What is that? Forget the first thing. When did Toriel grow a grey beard? Also, when did Toriel become a man? Lastly, when did Toriel become a frickin' demon? According to the description, this is a scarf. It doesn't resemble one to me personally, but regardless of what it is, its design is a little questionable. That's one demented looking Napsterbluke. Perhaps it's the mad dummy's spirit before it possessed, you know, a dummy. I don't think I'd be comfortable with this crazy ghost wrapped around my neck. This product was tagged as mature, and so I had to confirm my age in order to view it. It took a brief moment to figure out why. Yes, okay, the bone zone. I get it, very funny. Consider, however, that this is a scarf. That would make anywhere beneath your neckline part of the bone zone. Yeah, this got weird quickly. Now, I'm not someone to critique another's artistic ability. Mine is somewhat lacking, after all. However, it's impossible to shake the feeling that there's something just a little off about this papyrus design. Is it really something we can justify selling as an £18 laptop cover? Well, I just had to find out what an extremely chaotic papyrus poster looked like. I have to say I wasn't in the slightest disappointed. If the words chaotic and papyrus could be summed up in a single image, I think it would be this. The distorted, spiralling papyrus in the centre reminds me of Gygus. How strangely fitting. Right, yeah, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that. Here we have a somewhat inaccurate depiction of Undine on a handbag. I can only imagine how offended she would be to be associated with something even remotely girly. Oh, and how offended she would be at being betrayed as deformed roadkill. We've finally reached this point then. I mean, what else crosses over better than Nazis and Undertale, am I right? Here we have a somewhat inbred looking Sans with Adolf Hitler's moustache. Oh, and I'd be amiss not to mention the crudely drawn swastikas in the background. I like how this is a sticker and the stock image shows it on a notepad. Imagine bringing this into school with you. I'm sure it would go down well. I was going to avoid including any shirts to satiate the occasional comment I receive complaining about the amount of them I feature. However, I said in the previous rip-off merch video you really can't go without a shirt that has a tiny papyrus or sans printed somewhere on its surface. Today we have a particularly notable specimen, as it has both an incredible name and a sans so deformed I couldn't recognise him at first. Well done. Ah yes, precisely what the world needed. 100 plus so-called funny Undertale memes, all conveniently contained within a single book. At least we're assured that these are the ultimate jokes and memes. I'd be very disappointed to find a subpar below grade meme in this novel. As I mentioned in the disclaimer for this video, the art for these products is often stolen and listed online without the artist's permission. I heard that the design for certain plushies, including the Asriel plushie I featured last time, is taken and then factory manufactured for sale on major online websites. This is a pretty blatant example. I'm not criticising the high quality handmade plushies, but rather the fact that they've clearly been lifted from somewhere else, considering the huge leap in quality between the papyrus plushie and the rest. Not cool. Hey ladies, ever wanted to wear Sans grinning mug on your behind? Well, thanks to some genius, now you can. You just have to love his sleazy winking expression. This gives a whole new meaning to the Bone Zone item we looked at earlier. No, I swear I'm not purposefully looking for items worn by attractive models. What caught my eye more than anything else here is actually the title. Apparently this bikini is supposed to be so-called men clothing, based around Chara and Frisk. Tell me in the comments if you spot them. While this is far from the weirdest item I've showcased, I can't help but feel there's some strange implications about putting your baby in a jumpsuit like this. Hopefully no one picks them up and attempts to dunk them. Well, that's it for today's look at Undertale trash. I hope you found it entertaining. As always, tell me in the comments below which one of these items you would buy and why, with particular emphasis on the why. See you next time.